Welcome to an artist's life. I live by the sea in New England, and I love to share my quiet, simple life of art and garden and home. So I hope you will feel that you can come and join me. Welcome to an artist's life. Good day, everyone. Una and I are just having our morning tea, and it is a rainy, gray day out today. Yes, Una. She's announcing that it is a gray and cloudy day, but yesterday was sunny and lovely. So yesterday we had internet issues, so I wasn't able to be online most of the day, which can be dangerous for me because I used to live quite unconnected a lot. So it was fun to have the whole day not being connected, but that's no good in the modern world. So today, hopefully the internet will be better, but today's a gray, rainy day, so I'm going to get to what I should have been doing probably a few weeks ago. My seedlings need to be replanted. So I think I'm going to take a spot in the boathouse and make it into, I have my plant room in here. I think I'm going to take a spot in the boathouse and make it over to be a fun little sort of a kind of planting extension room to my little garden. So that might be something fun I'll work on this week if you think it'll be enjoyable to do that with me. But for now, let's head out with Una, and I'll show you what we did get done yesterday, which isn't as much as it should have been, but I still called it a good day's work. Let's hop out. So here we are outside. Here you go, Una. Here, Una, I wanted you to show off our new bed, which is nothing but mulch at this point. She's not as interested in the bed when there's no grass in it. But yesterday, all day, even though I've been talking about this bed in a few vlogs, you would think it would be planted up with lush flowers blooming everywhere, but that is not the case, because as is my wont, I like to think about things. So I laid out the flowers in many ways, and I thought about just making over a tiny section at a time. But what I try to do each year is, we have 3 acres here, and I haven't a gardener or any help of any sort. Anything that gets done, it's us. So I usually try to take a section of the garden and work on it. So I've really been wanting to do this hot, dry border because the sea is right there, so we get wind often, which dries out the border. There are no trees around, so it's unending sun, and then the salt air, so it has to be a very strong plant. A lot of the Mediterranean plants, lavenders and things like that, do really well. So what Una and I did instead is I dug over and dug out, trenched out, and laid a heavy-duty landscape fabric that almost looks like a plastic, but it's actually just a coated landscape fabric. I've never used it before, but it's supposed to be what the professionals use, and then mulched over top of that. And I figured, starting fresh this way, then I can go in and pick an area and start laying out my plants. So, you know, something like, say, like putting a few plants down there, maybe like this, just to play with the idea of where we want the plants to be. But I don't mind. I'm not in a rush. I'm going to be using this bed as my main makeover for this summer, and I'm also going to be redoing things on the terrace, which I will share when I get to it. But today is sunny and gray, so Una and I are going to go to the boathouse and work on making over that little space for our project. But for today, I will share you yesterday's sunny day, Una and I on the beach, and trying to prepare this. So I guess this vlog is about making over this bed into its current state. So we'll finish our morning tea, Una and I, and then we will get on to our next project. Well, the sun has come out more and the wind has died down a bit. It's still quite windy, but Una and I are out. We're going to go have our beach comb and enjoy hunting for shells and looking for fun treasures. Just really enjoying the walk on the beach. Una really loves to play in the sand. Well, mostly Una likes to get under my feet, but when I sit still long enough, if I sit on one of my favorite rocks here to sit on and dream. Then she tends to see I'm not going anywhere, and she wanders out a little bit more so she can enjoy the sand and such. So, all right, let's see what other things we get up to in this video. Right now I'm just going to wander the beach with Una and enjoy it. So what do you think, Una? Have we discovered enough fun things? She loves to get under my skirts. Have we had enough beach time? Are you ready to go back up into the grass? And the wind has died down a bit, like I hope it would. It's still windy, but not too windy for here. So I think we're going to get off the beach and go up and work on our hot, dry border. That's right, Una. I'll dig over the soil and you can eat the bugs, and we'll plant up our lovely plants. So back up on the lawn, Una and I were wheelbarrowing in our bags of mulch. Rather than having a large quantity of mulch delivered all at once this year, I've decided to do things in little increments. Over the past few years, I've learned that doing the garden in sections at a time just makes it easier. So I've gone and bought the correct amount of bags of mulch for this particular project. And I'm going to take this spot, which is about 25 feet of this border I want to make over, and with my trusty shovel, I will turn it over and save all this top grass and such to give to the chickens because they'll love it. And then laying out the bags of mulch that I bought to see how far it will stretch, knowing that's going to be the section of border I'm going to start on this year. And then using a special type of, it's actually like a tarpaulin almost, but it's a landscape fabric that's heavy duty that professionals use. I'm going to lay out the bed this year and have it mulched and ready to go. And then, but let's bring the wheelbarrow to the chickens. Normally I would turn this good top layer of soil, but the chickens really enjoy it, and I really wanted to get that top layer of weeds and grasses and things just out of there, and the chickens will do a wonderful job of getting all the worms and bugs and things, and then they get that for the protein for our eggs, and then they also turn into lovely compost. And I have to apologize for the messiness of this area, but it's in a current state of repair, and we also had to dig up a lot of it last year when we had our water issue, and my hubby had to dig the 100-foot trench along our garden to get to the water line. So this is still a work in progress, but the chickens still are enjoying it and turning the lovely soil and bugs into wonderful eggs and compost. So one later afternoon, the rains came a bit, and so Una and I were inside enjoying our tea when I noticed the flock of herons had come in. I startled them a bit, so some of them flew over to another bit of the beach, but they definitely are more coming back now. The season has begun. The snowy egrets will be here soon, but this one blue heron, she wasn't giving up the space. I may have startled the others, but she was determined to stay and have her lunch. So Una and I enjoyed watching them. They and some kingfishers and some ducks were feeding while we were having our snack and our lunch. Well, thank you for joining me today for this simple little vlog. The ongoing project of the hot dry border will probably be over a few vlogs, but I'm learning more and more to take things slow and easy and just enjoy being in the moment. And I hope you enjoy that as well. So let's close out today with watching the herons, and I shall see you next time. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. And also remember, stay creative. Cheers!